Kenny, good evening and welcome to our discussion. Can you hear me, Kenny?
Vital? Yeah,
Can you hear
Vital,
me?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
100,
hear
can
you.
you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you. You're most welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate and it's a privilege to be among you guys. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Um, we'll be starting in some, like, say, some seconds. I will do a little introduction about myself and then we can dive into the topic for today. So, my name is quite long. Maybe for my French brothers, I don't know if you can pronounce it, but you can call me Mr. Kene. My name is Kene Ezala. I'm a blockchain educator and also the founder of Teen Girls in Blockchain. So also I'm a media personnel in the blockchain space. I do PRs, advertisement, and also coordinate events for brands across not only West Africa but across Africa. I help I help establish different protocols and brands in different different countries. Sorry. So today I'll be speaking on blockchain for social impact, driving change in Africa. So please, if I'm not much audible, you could be able to let me know as well. So but I would like us to share the link to our friends so that they could be able to join. Just share to people so that they can also join and listen to what we have to share today. So first we'll be talking about, like, we'll be saying a brief about blockchain. Sorry, I so the topic is blockchain for social impact. That's driving change, how blockchain is driving change in Africa. That's what we are going to look at today. So first of all, we'll just have a brief about what blockchain is and how has it impact Africa as a community or as a nation or as a continent or as a people or as a people. So now we will say blockchain is no longer like what people say blockchains are technical jargons, blockchain are this, blockchain is that. But currently with the state of blockchain in Africa as a whole, blockchain has gone beyond technical jargons to a technology that is solving real life issues in Africa, from the East Africa to the West Africa to Southern Africa down to North Africa as well. And a lot of persons, a lot of companies, a lot of governments are looking how into it, how they could be able to tap and build a whole lot of things with blockchain technology. So looking at this slide, so driving change in Africa is powerful, and is a good thing to be discussed. Blockchain driving or blockchain for social impact is a very big discussion, around the globe, especially in Africa, because for the past 2 3 years, a lot of things have changed. A lot of economy, African economy, have been able to change. From the likes of Kenya down to Rwanda, down to Ethiopia, then Nigeria, South Africa, Ghana, they have seen massive change in terms of inflow of money, inflow of a discovery of talent, inflow of investment from different brands as well and different VCs. So now blockchain is no longer just like a financial innovation. It is a tool, that transforms. It is a tool for transformative impact across sections in Africa. So where we have challenges, blockchain comes in to take care of those places. Now we have if you look at in Africa, we have challenges like transparency issue. We have transparency issue. We have lack of proper infrastructure. We have people who also have limited access to financial services, in the banks or places where we have distress wars and the rest of them. Like even in Nigeria, we use example. I won't say Congo because I'm not staying in Congo, but we see the news that pops up in Congo daily about what is going on. But at the same time, even in Nigeria, during the NSAS, where we had a kind of mini revolution by the youth. We have people who were receiving money from abroad through cryptocurrency, which is powered by the blockchain. So we see that it's solving a problem. So now our financial digital service spaces, blockchain offers unpredicted opportunities to create inclusive, transparent, and accountable system that uplifts community and spark sustainable development, like I mentioned. So now blockchain is not just coming to say, oh, just for finance, no, but it's actually it's there to be able to shape how people, how communities could be. Now we look at the key focus of blockchain in Africa. What are the key focus of blockchain in Africa? Some of the key focus, this is not just the only key focus, but these are some of the areas where blockchain have been able to solve certain problems, in terms of impact, like our topic say, driving change. Some of the social change or social impact blockchain have done in Africa. So we look at the financial inclusion. Blockchain have changed a lot of things. I know when before the emergence of blockchain, things around fintech, some fintech companies pack up to dispose banks in the banking system. But at the same time, when blockchain came in, it now gave people very much access and credibility to be able to access funds around the globe, not only in Africa. Now, decentralized finance, which is DeFi, provides access to credit, savings, and insurance without the bank. So now blockchain makes it possible that you can be in Congo and you can borrow cryptocurrency, you can borrow money from protocols or from blockchain organizations, even without a third party, even without a collateral, like, oh, bring your father's land or bring your mother's land or bring your birth certificate, when were you born, who are your guarantors and the rest of them. No, it's the blockchain has took out that, because blockchain takes away the middleman, what we call middleman, like when people are sending money through PayPal and the rest of them. You have this bank who be the middleman to take, and take some courses as well. Now we have the second. It's now making mobile friendly crypto wallets that's empowering the unbanked. Now, if you go to Kenya, I believe some 10 years, if you go to Kenya, people are using their normal phone that doesn't have internet to do some transactions. It was there when it's called M-Pesa. Now, currently, M-Pesa have been able to integrate blockchain, making it sustainable that people can transfer Kenya shillings from one user to another, even without using the internet or even without knowing that they are using blockchain technology. So that's some of the problem is solving. Even in Nigeria, we have applications where you could be able to transfer cryptocurrency, to just transfer it to somebody and he's receiving it in naira. You can transfer it to somebody in Ghana, is receiving it in cedis. Companies like that are available and they are working. Now, blockchain is also key focus of it is transparent governance. This is the issue. This is a very big issue, not only in Africa, but in the world at large. But why we say Africa is because we are in Africa, we are discussing Africa. We are from Africa, we know our problem. Now, blockchain solves problems in terms of anti-corruption. Blockchain plays a huge part. What it means is that in the blockchain ecosystem, you cannot be corrupt. Now, if there are certain allocated amount of money by the government to develop a borehole. So if there is a certain amount of money to be developed to use to develop a borehole in Goma, and it's certain amount of money, it cannot be misused, because everything is in the blockchain. It's an open ledger where everybody sees the transactions that go on, everybody sees the activity that is going on, anybody can query anybody who's, people who are spending funds. Now, another problem we are having in Africa that the blockchain is also looking and solving as well is identity issue. This is a very big problem in Africa and the world at large, identity issue. Now, now when we talk about identity, some persons you see that they can come into certain countries. That issues we are having, identity issues in Nigeria, in Africa, even in Nigeria, we have it where people cannot be identified with a certain thing and say, okay, this is Mr. Kene. We know him. This is Mr. Kene. Anywhere he goes to, his record is this Mr. Kene. Now, you discover in Africa, a lot of people can identify themselves as Congolese. They can identify themselves as people from Rwanda. At the same time, you can say, oh, okay, Mr. Vital is from Congo, and Mr. Vital say, no, I'm not a Congolese. I'm from Rwanda, or can say I'm from Ethiopia. Now, when you go to the database of the government, it can be manipulated because maybe we give somebody money, corruption, the person can just go down there, change, age, change identity and the rest. But if these digital identities are on the blockchain, nothing can be changed. Now we look at election, which is the biggest issue, one of the biggest issue in Africa. When people go to vote, at the end of the day, your vote doesn't count. When people vote and a certain person, you would believe the certain persons are winning, and at the end of the day, certain persons are being announced as winners. Blockchain is solving that issue. Blockchain can solve that issue. Blockchain is already solving it in some universities in Nigeria, across Africa as well. Some persons are using blockchain to be able to cast their votes. Blockchain can solve the election integrity issue. Now, another aspect of governance blockchain can solve is the transparency in terms of public procurement. That's where we talk about the anti-corruption. You see that smart contract, what it means is that smart contract means if we have a certain project to execute, and we agree that this is what should be executed, and after this execution, so amount of money should be able to release to the contractors or to the minister or to the persons in charge. Blockchain makes it very easy through the smart contract that everybody is seeing how much is being spent, one, how much is the day, and who received certain amount of money for the public procurement of certain public stuffs. Like, let's say when they are getting things for students in schools, you are buying fertilizers and the rest of them. It's very transparent. Now we look at the supply chain, which is another place blockchain is playing a huge role. The African Trade Union, at the moment, they're also working, they're also trying to integrate this. Very, very important. They are trying to integrate this, that people could be able to use blockchain in terms of end-to-end tracking of goods, and also for fair trade and anti-counterfeit assurance. So blockchain can be used to verify agricultural products that are, whether it's a counterfeit, whether it's real, whether it's fake. Also in real time is also used to track where the goods are located at the moment, where and when, and who is buying them also. Now the last one is it enables small shareholders farm to access markets and also get fair payment. Now in the world of blockchain, there is no middleman. It plays a very big role that there is no middleman. Now blockchain enables farmers in the heart of Goma, or down in Kaduna, or down in Adamawa or Abia State in Nigeria, to be able to access the global market. Now they could be able to interact one-on-one with their buyers in China, or their buyers in Ivory Coast, or their buyers in Ethiopia, or someone in Ethiopia who is doing coffee as well can also have a one-on-one interaction with people in Dubai, Saudi Arabia, who wants to buy cocoa and do coffee and the rest of them. Because they are paid directly. There is no middleman to say, okay, this is this. So it gives farmers access to have access to the market, know what the market, like how much they could be able to sell their goods and services, and also interact directly with the people who are purchasing their goods and services. Okay, now we look at education. This is also a problem when we talk about election. During election, there are a lot of screening. We screen our leaders or people who are trying to contest during their manifest and the rest of them. You see that some persons lie in their credentials, that they went to certain school, they did this, they got this, even when people are applying for jobs and the rest of it. But now in terms of education, blockchain has been able to solve this. some persons, yeah, I know some universities in Nigeria where their students have built this, and they're also using this, where they certify, okay, no, yeah, they certify you, like they certify you in terms of once you are learning certain courses, but that's not from the university as a whole, just like many courses people do. Also, University of Nicosia does this as well, where you'll be able to see when the students graduate, the courses they did, their mark as well. They could not be able to lie to, either maybe downgrade themselves or upgrade themselves to lie about their certificates. Now, we also have micro scholarship tracking and decentralized learning. Now, it has given access to decentralized learning. Courses, companies like Coursera and some other bigger companies, learning platform are also doing this. There are companies like LearnPay built by a Ghanaian. A Ghanaian. Is a decentralized platform where you can go and learn and also get certified. And now you cannot lie about your certification because it's being verified on the blockchain. And also this aspect, someone who have witnessed it. 2020, I took a course with the University of Nicosia, and my certificate at the moment from 2020 to date is on the blockchain. Now, if you want my certificate, all I can do is just go send in my link, which I will drop. Let me just get that so we could be able to see as well. I will just drop the link. You can now verify. You see what I scored when I finished the school, the course I took, the name of the school. Everything is valid there. There is no like, oh, go to your school and get the paper or do this and do that. So blockchain is solving that problem. I'll drop the link and you guys can also go through to also understand. So now when we talk about health, now a lot of people have issues when they are traveling out of Africa to Europe, maybe for medications. Now, when I say they have issues, it's not because they have maybe the health issue. No. Now they have issues of records, their records. Some persons have gone to 50 hospitals in Africa, and there is no viable record of this is the problem they are having. They are being diagnosed of different problems and no record of it that says this is what this person suffered so date so year at so, and this was the doctor that treated them. No, sometimes when you go back to the hospital, it's being disposed, bombs, water, some termite and the rest of them eat it up. Now, blockchain is also solving that. People are building that. In Nigeria, people are building. In Kenya, people have been able to build this. So these are social impacts that blockchain is taking over in Africa. Now, securing transparent medical supply as well. Blockchain help to verify drugs. World Health Organization is also looking into this. IBM is also looking into this. They are also not looking. IBM is already using blockchain to track drug supplies in the world, through helping World Health and other organizations, other NGOs and other medical organizations as well to secure, to know authentic drugs, to also supply drugs at the needed times and where it should go to. Now, we look at what blockchain is also doing in Africa, which I know a lot of people in Goma who is benefiting from this. Now, blockchain has created Web3 and blockchain education for digital jobs. A lot of people I know, most of my friends in Goma, have not been to Congo, but most of them we interact daily, WhatsApp, Twitter. They are working for companies, blockchain companies. He has created, a lot of job opportunities. He has empowered the youth in Africa. If you talk about blockchain in the world, people will mention Nigeria. Why? Because youth are tapping into what blockchain, the opportunity blockchain have provided for them. Many people in Africa today, young people, work from home. They sit at the comfort of their home. They just do the work and they get paid. Thanks to blockchain. Now, it also has given support to local developers and startups. Now we have a lot of startups who have built amazing stuff. Some months ago, I was going through a report by Cardano blockchain. Now I discovered that in that report we have about they had last year they had about more than 20 projects that were built in Africa, and they also got funding from Cardano, meaning blockchain is providing access to funding for people who have ideas in Africa, people who are building solutions of problems happening in Africa. Blockchain is already providing that as well. So maybe I will stop a little. We can ask our question. If you have a question, you can unmute your mic. If you have a contribution as well, then we could be able to continue. Thank you. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Boom Revolution. Go ahead.
Yeah, so my name is Taka Herbert. I would like to understand better what is the fundamental definition of the blockchain, because you said about the use of blockchain into education. Is it working like a database where information can be saved for future use? Because I understood it mostly into the ways of using it into finance. And I want to know, is blockchain also having a link with cryptocurrency? What could be the link between that? And when you said about the use of blockchain for receiving payment, which platforms which are secured and affordable can be used for that, mostly when it comes to rural area use? And once someone is receiving money through blockchain, are there some platforms or resources that can help him now to withdraw it and use it now in the normal finance market? Thank you. I'm sorry for asking many questions at once.
No. It's actually good, because the questions like they have they are meaningful and it's needed. So thank you for asking that question. I will start from the first one. What we do with blockchain in the finance is exactly what we do with blockchain in education sector. We use it to store data. We use it to store data. Now in finance, we use it to do so many things like storage of data. Now, when you are sending money that's in form of cryptocurrency from one wallet to another, or from one user to another, there is a data that is being passed. Like, okay, you send this money at so time to at so time, and this is the person you are sending it to. That record goes to the blockchain. Now, when you are also doing the education aspect, let me use myself as an example. Okay, let me use we have Mohammed Nasri here. Mohammed is a, let me use in education, is a graduate of I don't know, University of Goma. Let me just use that as an example, in a university in Goma. Now Mohammed did 100 level, we call it 100 level in Nigeria, or let me say the first year when Mohammed came into school. Mohammed went to his department. He had to bring certain credentials to the department, and those credentials are uploaded to the blockchain saying this is Mohammed's file as a student of this department. Now it's automatically stored there. What it means is that Mohammed can go at the other end, which is as you store in the blockchain, there's what we call hash. There's what we call hash. That hash is like a receipt. We have hash ID, we have hash. So the hash ID is a number, that's your receipt number. Then the hash is your number. That is your receipt. That hash is like a link. If you upload something on the blockchain, it provides a specific unique hash for each record. Now Mohammed can take that record and give to you and say, okay, this is my data as a student of this department in this school. Once you are able to click on the link, it opens up and show you that this is what, when Mohammed, his data was inserted into this department and he's a student of this. Now, if we talk about results, when Mohammed does his first year, those results are uploaded. Now, Mohammed cannot go and change those records again because it's uploaded on the blockchain. That is it. Now, another thing is that the school cannot manipulate Mohammed's result to say, oh, Mohammed did not get an A, he got an E, because they have uploaded it on the blockchain. So what blockchain does for the finance is also what it does for the education aspect because it stores data. So it's a ledger, is a digital ledger that stores information, data, transaction, call it anything can be uploaded on it on the blockchain. I think I answered the first question, right?
Yeah, thank you. The question is answered.
Okay, so let me go to the second one. Now, in terms of receive, let me start with the last one. You talked about how do you receive crypto and then use it in your normal money, right? The normal, like I guess you guys have there's what do you guys call your currency in Congo?
It is Congolese francs.
Okay, Congolese francs, but I know a lot of you like dollar because I heard companies pay in dollar in Congo, especially in I think in King I've forgotten the name. So now if you receive money, now there are ways of receiving money on the blockchain. First of all, you have to have a wallet, which there are so many wallets out there, decentralized wallets. Like we have Trust Wallet, we have Phantom, we have Zedon, we have Rabio, we have so many of them, so many SafePal and the rest of it. So when you receive cryptocurrency in Congo, there are people who are already into crypto who do exchanges. I know like 3 of them at the moment, and again, they're also reliable. So you can send to them, they can also give you. So cryptocurrency was meant to be like there is no middleman in terms of when you want to receive your money, you go to the bank. No, you receive it directly to yourself. Now you find someone who has Congolese francs. Yeah, you give the person now collects, you give the person your crypto, the person now pays you in Congolese francs. So now in terms of platforms, there are different platforms that works generally in Africa, but I don't know about Congo. But I think one of those that work in Congo from the guys that do P2P and trade crypto in Congo, I know is Binance. You can create an account in Binance and be able to also get funds. But that can be a class for maybe another day, so you could be able to understand. But generally, blockchain helps you store data. So whatever blockchain is doing in the finance sector is the same thing is doing in the agricultural sector, and is the same thing is doing in the educational sector. Now, the difference is that each sector have the ways they operate. Now, if you come to finance, we are talking about money. If you come to education, we are talking about data, certifications, data, yes. If you learning, if you come to agri, we are talking about what's it called, input of farm produce and distribution of farm produce, supply chain. So it's the sector varies, but it's the same role blockchain plays in them, but in different variation. That's in different ways they operate. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. So I'll talk with Vital. I think you guys need to also we can get someone who is in Congo to also enlighten you guys on cryptocurrency. That's very important. But the class today is about blockchain. So now the last second question you asked is the difference between crypto and blockchain, right? That was your second question, right?
Yes.
Okay, now yeah. So blockchain is like blockchain is the railway, while crypto is the train. So without blockchain, there is no cryptocurrency. But without cryptocurrency, there can be blockchain. Now, blockchain is used to store data, while the cryptocurrency is the aftermine of blockchain. Now, there are companies that they are not into crypto, like they are not crypto focused. Organizations like IBM uses blockchain to track food, drug supply. They don't have anything to do with crypto, but they are using blockchain to do their storage. Now, cryptocurrency is born out of incentivizing, or a digital currency people can accept in form of exchange. Okay, I have crypto, you have naira, or you have food. Let me give you my crypto, you give me your food. That's what crypto is, a form of money. Digital is a digital money, form of money built on the blockchain. So the difference is that the blockchain is the technology behind crypto. So crypto is the aftermind of blockchain. Without blockchain, anything people call digital stuff that is not on the blockchain is not cryptocurrency. Every cryptocurrency we know, every cryptocurrency runs on the blockchain to verify it as a cryptocurrency. So some persons, there are other virtual or digital currencies people have built that are not on the blockchain, but they are not called cryptocurrencies. So we have different cryptocurrencies, and I will drop something on the chat now. You can go to this site. You can also see we have more than it's crazy. We have this is CoinMarketCap. We have more than, I can't even say, thousands of cryptocurrency. So I don't know if I'm correct. You can check out this site on the chat. You can go through, you see cryptocurrencies there. So I believe I've answered your question. Do you have any other question?
No, it's fine. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. So let's continue. Okay, like I mentioned some things in terms of use cases and examples where blockchain is used. Now we talk about education. When we look at education there, you see that it says secure, the use case is secure certificate. Now Cardano is using it in Ethiopia at the moment. Cardano is a blockchain. They are using, people are using Cardano to verify certificates in education for people in Ethiopia. Now when you come to finance, we have what we call the use case is the mobile crypto wallet. This yellow card is a product. People are using it. You can use it to send money, even naira. I can use yellow card to send naira to somebody in Ghana, and the person can withdraw it as cryptocurrency in Ghana, in Kenya. I think they are in more than 30 countries in Africa at the moment, but it's not an African built project. Now, if you look at Kotani Pay, this is built by Kenyans. They've been in existence for more than 3 to 4 years now. It was built by them, and it's still, people are utilizing it because I believe we have some developers. We know what they call APIs. They've made their API available to projects or products or companies that wants to pay their staffs or that wants to make payments with cryptocurrencies. They've done that accessible in Africa. So you can check out Kotani Pay. You can check out Yellow Card as an example of finance in terms of use case for blockchain. Now we have the governance. So we have transparency, electoral transparency, which is the biggest problem in Africa. You know, when election next 2 years now, we'll be talking about in the election in Nigeria, and we know in Africa, we know how it goes. So blockchain is a use case. We can use it here where we have smart contract. When somebody votes, it enables the voting where when someone votes once, you'll not be able to vote again. So once you have voted, you cannot vote twice on that. You don't need to vote more than twice on that aspect. Now we have the last one, which is identity, which we mentioned. That's decentralized identity. That's DID, decentralized identity. This is one of the problems blockchain is solving in governance, because a lot of people, like I mentioned, we have people who are Cameroonian Nigerians, like they stay in the border. You don't know whether they are Nigerians, you don't know whether they are Cameroonians. We have that. I think we also have that in Congo, where people are saying they are Rwandans and some persons are saying they are Congolese. I don't know. Some of these things happen within the border of Africa. So blockchain can come in to solve that. Then we talked about the healthcare. We talked about medical tracking. I told you guys IBM is already deployed. They have already deployed it. They are already using it across the world now, that they use blockchain to track things. We also have logistics. Is not here, but we have logistics. There's a company in Nigeria currently using it. All their data, all the supplies they've done, all their supply chain, all the activity they've done from the day they started operation till date is open. People are seeing the number they are doing. People are seeing everything is built on the blockchain. We also have the last one. We have so many of them as well. We have agriculture. Even in climate change, we have that as well. If you look at, we have in agriculture, transparent supply chain. It helps supply chain become transparent, where you are seeing every transaction, you are seeing every details of product, produce, when they leave, who is buying, where is going to, the last stop of it, consumers as well. It's also there. So there is a company called AG Unity, and also a company, two companies I know in South Africa. One is built by my mentor, eFarmer. A lot of farmers from South Africa, Zambia, and some countries within the Southern Africa have already started using this to sell products outside South Africa and Southern Africa to China and the rest of it, and they are doing massively well. Their records are on the blockchain, and most of them doesn't use smartphone. What they use is their touchlight phone, like their small phone, to do transactions, and they are being paid directly. No middleman. Middlemen are being cut out from there. So we have the next page, which gives us little things. So when we talk about certain things, like we mentioned, these are some of the opportunities ahead that blockchain can also solve for us, like in depth, can go more. Now we see when we talked about the ID, self-sovereignty ID, people need to have an ID that when they have it, they don't need multiple identifications, they don't need multiple papers to carry around. When you have these things, even sometimes you might not even need your passport to do travel, or everything is embedded on your passport. When you are able to put it on a scan, who you are, your identity shows. Now it will also help improve access to education, voting, finance, and the rest of them. Now, like I talked about refugees, it enables refugees and borderless identity recognition. Now, blockchains are used in terms of distribution of medical supplies and distribution of food in places where there are wars or displaced people. In Nigeria, a company called Conversity, they built what they call CHAT. That's Conversity Humanitarian Acceleration, I think one other thing. But the name is called CHAT. Now, they are working hand in hand with Red Cross to distribute drugs directly to the people who are affected. Now, what it means is that there is no middleman. There is no, give us the money. Somebody maybe from the government say, give us the money, let's go and buy drugs and supply. No, this comes directly. Their way they built it in a way that they capture every individual in the displaced camp. Now, every individual has an ID, that's an identity online. Every individual has a tag online. Now, what they do is that they don't give money directly to individuals who need these things. They give you vouchers. With your voucher, each time companies who distribute drugs come, you can go and redeem your voucher, and once you redeem that voucher, you can't go back again. So there is transparency. So if the Red Cross is supplying, let's say, 200 million to the company to do this, if at the end of the day they use $50,000, you see that they are using 50,000 and the remaining 150 remains static and is there, and the records are there. So it's happening in Africa. It's not Europe. It's happening here in Nigeria. They've test run it in states like Adamawa and other places, and they're also test running it. They want to start test running it outside the shores of Nigeria at the moment. Now, blockchain also can be used for EGS, that's climate and tech on the blockchain. You can also tokenize your carbon credit. A lot of companies, a lot of startups in Nigeria, because now they said the government told us to go and start using solar. And I believe some persons in the northern part of Nigeria, they receive a whole lot of sunlight. The way I stay too, the sun is, when it's coming like this, is super crazy. It can even melt your head down. So it's crazy. But now people have started tokenizing carbon credit and green energy. People have started tokenizing it, where you are using these things and it's generating carbon credit, and those carbon credits are being tokenized. So companies are using it to also incentivize their users. Now, it means that people are earning while they are using things. So you don't just use your solar. No, you are using solar, you are earning. The company is paying you while you are also spending. You're also earning something. Now, it also gives transparent tracking of environmental projects. Now, we see when people are mounting projects in farms, bigger farms, all these agricultural government farms, where they tell us that to do wind solar or wind energy, it costs 10 billion, maybe Congo CFA, 10 billion naira, stuff like that. But if it's on the blockchain, it's being trackable, that every environmental project is being tracked, how much is being bought, who is buying it, where did they buy it, was it installed, what is it really working? You know, everything is intact. Now, like I mentioned, incentivizing, people use these things and they incentivize for climate positive behavior via smart contract. Now, when people use sun energy, wind energy, rain energy, anything energy that is climate, they are being rewarded. Companies have built these. These are advantages we can take. Even as people who are on this call, we can think, what are the ideas I can come up with what we've like said so far? What are the ideas I can come up with? You know, how do I do these things? Could be able to also give back to my society? Because at the end of the day, what we need is that people use blockchain to solve real solutions, real problems that are happening to us in Africa, not just technical jargons. We don't need it, but we need solutions to the problem we are having. Now we look at public sector and private sector regulation. Now, blockchain also, the opportunity is also presenting is that, like in terms of sandbox is like a roadmap, a testing roadmap, or a roadmap that people like have to say, okay, this is a roadmap, this is a sandbox, this is what we can use. Public sectors, private sectors, look at this. How do we use this to shaping our economy and the rest of it? So blockchain helps the private sector and it also helps regulation. So during that period, you see that there is collaborative regulation between the government sector and the private sector. Now, also, it also gives room to incentivize responsible. If you watch here, I say incentivize for responsible crypto adoption. So now what it means is that if the government starts adopting crypto or start adopting blockchain properly, people will be incentivized responsibly. People will be incentivized. Any product that is built in each country will incentivize their user. Now it's a win-win situation where people put in money to the economy, it gives them back money, they put back money to the economy as well. So we'll stop here. I think the last two slides are just like the ending phases. I would like us to ask questions or contribute. You can unmute your mic and say something. Okay, I will say a little big shout out to my friend. I see great Ifani Chuku from Nigeria. Welcome, bro. I also see Muhammad. Yeah, Muhammad is from Nigeria. Welcome. Thank you for joining the call. So please, if you have questions, contribution as well, because in the world of learning, no man is an island. So you can also give in your tips so that people could also tap into your wealth of knowledge. So go ahead. Anybody can unmute their mic. Okay. I think we don't have in conclusion, like I said here, blockchain is more than a technology. It's a movement. Everybody is joining it. Young, big, old. Everybody is joining it. The aviation sector, the military sector, everybody, security, economy, agriculture, oil, housing, everybody is joining it. It's a movement and nothing can stop it. So by leveraging it for good, social good, Africa has the chance to leapfrog outdated systems and build a resilient, inclusive, and transparent infrastructure that can work for everyone, especially the unserved. Now, on the underserved are the people who really don't understand what is happening at the moment. But with the blockchain, they can benefit from things. They might not know the technology behind blockchain. They might not know how it's working, but products that are built to solve their problems, to solve the problem these underserved people are having in the blockchain will give them ability to tap in and learn and earn at the same time. So I will end with this quote. Now is the time to educate, collaborate, and also build for impact. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Eken. I want to say the entire name, but it's really long. This was a.
Can just say Mr. Kene. Mr. Kene is good. Mr. Kene.
Oh,
Kene.
Mr. Kene.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kene, for your insightful presentation. I've learned a lot. I didn't know about blockchain or Web3. I was just seeing Web3. I was like, what is happening? But I think this session has really been very, I say, like I learned a lot of things personally. Though our audience, they didn't ask questions. They usually say that if people don't ask a question, it's either they understood everything or didn't get anything. But I know they actually got everything. That's why they're not asking questions. It's a really thank you for our labs. We usually have all these labs once a month, the last Sunday of each month. Though for the past months it has been on like Tuesday, Wednesday. That's why we've been pushing it to the following month. We'll be really happy to host you again for another session, another topic, or the same topic when you have another session. Also, I'd like to say thank you to our moderator, Vital. I don't know where he disappeared, but maybe he's still consuming the content. He's still like summarizing his notes, and he'll be back. Also, like to say thank you to Hubert Taka, who is currently the initiator behind Boom Revolution, from where Boom Labs stems from. And to the entire audience, thank you so much for staying for this hour, 1 hour, with our experts, Mr. Kene. And I hope everyone got at least something new from the session. Kene, just can you, like, for the last 2 minutes, can you give us your departing word?
Okay, thank you very much for that. So I believe one of the persons that like on this call we have, I don't know if any other Nigerian joined, but the two guys who joined from Nigeria, which I'm seeing, which is Ifani and Mohammed. These have been amazing minds. When I say they are young, but I wouldn't say they are teenagers, but they are young. Like when I say young, these are young people doing a lot. I've met them, I've sat with them. They've done something, and me, I'm super happy that something is also happening in Congo. Our organization, Teen Girls in Blockchain, is in Congo, and I've been able to meet a lot of young minds who are not just sitting back to say, oh, because of the war, we are not going to eat. Let's cry. Let's keep crying. Let's keep waiting for government. No, people have, taken a lot. I will appreciate Vital. Vital has been a brother, a friend. I met him in person. He's an amazing mind. He's a great, he sees far beyond what things are things happening around him in Goma or in Congo. He has been doing a lot, and I've been following him. So I will encourage everyone here. I don't know you guys individually, but for you to join something like this, it means you want to learn, or you already have you have a mind for greatness, and those greatness are already coming out, but you just wanted to add more so that it could also trigger you to do more. So make more research. You can go through the document. If you have questions, make research. You can also ask Vital. We can always discuss. We can always have classes. You can make, one of the things that is making people go far, like in terms of youth, why these our old people or the people who are trying to sideline us to take our money, that's the old people, is that they are scared. They are like wondering how we learn something. Maybe after this call, the way that people will start innovating things, they will be surprised. Like, how did these people get the money to do what they are doing? That is why we are in the era of digital age. That's why we are on the internet. And that is why blockchain is here for you. It will give you freedom. It will give you liberation. You are not dependent on anyone. You can be in Congo. Anywhere you are, you can work for any company in the world. Anywhere you are. The only thing you need is knowledge. Once you are knowledgeable in your field of in your area, that's the area, the field you want to specialize. Nothing else is needed. You can keep evolving. So I would say a very big thank you to the organizers. I think this is my second or third time coming to the community. I will always love coming, and also I will bring my brothers along. I think next time we can have maybe either Ifani or Mohammed, who can also give us what they have been able to, what they have within them. These are men with capacity. I will tell you. Ifani pulled an event that really shocked my mind. In two cities in Nigeria, two big cities in Nigeria, he pulled a very big crowd, and today he's sustaining. Mohammed as well he did something I was marveled. Last 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago in his university, in 2 places. He went to nursing school. He also went to his own university to tell people about this, and he's a great leader. So blockchain doesn't talk about age, it doesn't talk about religion, it doesn't talk about race. The only thing blockchain needs from you is, are you willing to be someone who wants to join the revolution? Do you want to join the movement? Dust yourself, dust your phone, dust your pen, dust your brain, dust everything. Get into the internet, ask questions, go for meetups. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kene. And I wish a good evening to everyone who attended, and see you next month.